So why are flippers destroying the sports card market? We did a video on Tuesday or Wednesday talking about how breakers were destroying the actual hobby market. Now, we've been looking at a lot of comments over the last month, 2 months, and breakers was one of the main topics that everybody wanted to discuss. And flippers was like the second most topic that everyone wanted to discuss. So I want to make a video for you guys so you understand what flippers are and what they're doing, and how we can do better as in the future. So before we even get started, make sure we're sending an email list out, and we're sending out things in our email that are associated with when items are getting dropped, when different things are coming, like release dates and things like that. So we want to have you, because it's hard to find everything. You're looking at this website, all these different kind of websites. So we're doing this to help you guys out, so you can kind of just be on the email list, check your email once a week, and you can see what things are dropping, what things are in stock, what stores are stocking, what days are stocking, and things like that. So if you comment insider in our comment section, we'll send you a link, and you can sign up. So pretty cool. So why are flippers destroying the market? The first thing that I wanted to really talk about was really like what is happening with card prices and how is flipping impacting those card prices, right? So card prices, they're driving up, and the card prices are going up, and it's making it harder, I guess, for collectors to grab these prices. You're going to Walmart, you're going to Target, you're going to hobby shops, you're going on eBay or on Amazon or whatever, and all these boxes are crazy. I mean, right now you have the Topps update, the Topps Chrome update, and I bought this thing $49 on Walmart.com, right? Went back 2 days later, and it's $113. Might be more than that. I haven't checked it lately, but it's $113. That was last week. Donruss Optics, back in the summertime. Couldn't find them in stores. We looked all over for them. Never could find them in stores. Blaster boxes were $40, I believe, and mega boxes were maybe 50, I think, 60. I'm not sure. But blaster boxes were then $80, $85, and mega boxes were like $120, $130 for a mega box. Flipping, right? Why is that destroying it? So, I mean, the prices they're gouging the prices. People are buying 30 at a time and selling them, right? Not great for the card hobby, right? I'm not really about it for myself. I'm about it for my kids. My kids like going to a store, getting a box, going there. My kid's not going to spend $85 for a blaster box. I'm sorry. That's not going to happen, right? He's not going to spend $135 or or she's not going to spend $140 on a mega box. They're not going to spend $4,000 on a hobby box, right? That's a little outrageous to do that, right? Like I said in the comments with some of you a couple weeks ago and last video, right? I'd rather go to the casinos, put $4,000 on black. At least I got almost like a 50-50 shot, right? So I mean, yeah, I'm getting cards, things like that. But I mean, $4,000, $3,000, $85 for a blaster box, like that's outrageous. That's outrageous. And we're going to get to supply and demand, things like that, right? But impacting the card prices, they're just astronomical right now. And then Topps and Bowman aren't making it any better as well. So there's a lot of overemphasis on profit, meaning like we're shifting the entire thing, the entire psyche of collectors are shifting from collecting to now passion and going after these things as passion, right? I need to get this Paul Skeens 101. I need to get this. I need to get that. I need to get that. And survey says, right, you're not going to get that, right? But the passion is more going away, or there's more passion than like just collecting for fun, and doing it for fun, and doing it with your kids and doing it with your friends, and like coming back 30 years later like I did, and like, oh man, I remember opening that card, whatever it is. So, there's a lot of overemphasis on profit, and there's a lot of pumping and dumping, just like stocks do. They're pump and dump, right? Oh, this is a great stock, and all of a sudden it goes up to $1 and then it goes back down to 10 cents, right? It's a lot of pumping and dumping of these different boxes, right? The pumping of the Topps update, right? Of the Chrome update. They're pumping them right now, man. You're trying to get one of those mega boxes, and they're $120 right now, all right? Maybe you get lucky, you get it for $100, right? Once that Paul Skeen auto goes away, once that one-on-one Jackson Holiday auto goes away and the Pulse Games 101. Once that all goes away, those boxes will go back down to regular price probably or close to it. So, there's a lot of pumping and dumping here because people are trying to get that 101, and there's one of them in the entire world, and you're probably not going to get it. But card flippers and flippers are taking advantage of that and taking advantage of people that want to do this, especially around the holiday time too, which is a little bit ridiculous. But there is also artificial hype with speculation, meaning like if you're looking at artificial hype, right? How are flippers creating hype around like certain players and sets and brands, Donruss Optic, Topps Chrome Update, Mosaic, whatever that could be, football, basketball, baseball, golf, auto racing. There's artificial selection there. There's artificial speculation that they're trying to, again, pump up this stuff so they can sell them for a better price and then, flip them for profit for you. Now, again, disclaimer, if you're a flipper and you do this and you're making a living or you're doing this, more power to you. That's not me. I don't want to I have a couple of Donruss Optic boxes right now. I'm not reselling them. I'm just holding on to them. And then, one day I'll open up for our Pack-A-Day challenge on TikTok or on Instagram, whatever it is, right? But just not right now. But I'm holding on to them. I'm not trying to flip them for a profit, things like that. I just want to I like the Donruss Optic cards, and I've got a lot of like the fat packs, but I'm not really in it for a profit. But again, if you're in it for the profit, more power to you. If you're making money, more power to you. People are buying it and people are wanting that, and that's fine, right? But it's just kind of the disclaimer here is like, the hobby is not really getting better because of that. There's also a lot of challenges for local card shops, meaning like if I'm going to retail and I'm buying $50 for a Topps Update, Chrome Update, and if I'm going to, I guess, like Target and I'm finding these things for $30 or $40 or $50, right? Flippers are reselling them, bang, right? Okay. Card shops, a lot of card shops are not selling them for the retail price. And now what's happening is they're putting them up there for $80 or $90 and they're sitting there forever, right? Because the everyday collector is not going in there and spending $90 for a Donruss Optic blaster box. And they might sit there for a while until they lower the prices and get there, right? But it's a tough situation because you have not a lot of supply, but you have a lot of demand we're going to get into. But it just they're clearing the shelves at Walmart and Target, and I'm telling you, they're lasting on shelves for like 6 hours, half a day, and they're out of there, right? I made a video way back when, is like if you were to put gold and put cards on a shelf, the cards would go before the gold. That's how like crazy it is right now with everybody trying to buy stuff and stuff like that, right? Not too bad lately. This is in the last week. I've been looking at the stores, at least the retail stores around where I am, but it's just, people like those real high demand products, they're going in there and you're lucky to even get them on even the shelf. I was talking to somebody in the summertime and they were like, yeah, like in these Targets and these Walmarts and these retail places, you have these flippers that pay the actual guys that MJ Holdings or whatever that is that are stocking the shelves, and they pay them a certain fee and they get the boxes and they only put them on the shelf. They scan them in and sell them right off the bat and they only put them on the shelf. So I know that's definitely happening in the background, and the regular person like you and I, we're never even seeing them on the shelf. We're hoping to see them on the shelf, and sometimes we do, but it's a rarity to see that at all. But it limits, like I said before, it limits access to everyday collectors and small businesses, and it hurts the small businesses because you're limiting access to everyday not players but collectors, and now it's hurting the small business in the same time. So it's not really that great for these local card shops. And even with the breakers and things like that, the local card shops, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to combat with all this stuff going on. So it's going to be just like Toys R Us has gone bye-bye. Local card shops, I'm not sure. It's going to be hard to stay in business because of all this stuff, right? And hopefully if you're a local card shop owner right now watching this video, I don't want that to happen at all, but it's just not looking good so far. But hopefully, things change, things shift. Hopefully it gets a little better. This is like one of the main things I wrote down, is it gives us a negative public perception. It gives us as collectors negative public publicity. Just like the Philly people get all negative publicity because they threw snowballs at Santa 20,000 years ago, and now everything's the same, right? Now they're all negative all the time. Okay, they're like one of the greatest fans, in the entire country, and most passionate fans, I guess you can say, right? And negative public perception, right? You're having increased demand, and that's leading to like product shortages, which gives us delays. And then, how many times have you found a Topps Update Chrome in retail? I mean, I have found it none. I only found it on Walmart.com, right? I have never seen it in retail. And I go to Target, I go to Walmart, I go to GameStop, I go to Barnes and Noble, I go to a lot of these places to look, and I have not found anything of them. Um, it's challenging for manufacturers to, I guess, to balance the product, the production, and demand, because how much product do you put out? You don't want to put out too much and nobody gets it, and then it drives the prices down, or you don't want to put out too little because that drives the prices up. So it's very challenging, and like there goes quality control, quality assurance, quality control again with business models and things like that, which is way over my head. But those things, I'm not sure if Topps and Bowman are doing really a great job at that stuff, because there's so much demand for the Topps Chrome update and you can never find it. So that drives the prices up. So maybe if you throw out a little more, that might help out, might suffice it, might help out the actual, I guess, the people to find more boxes, and then that might drive the price down a little bit, but then that gives you more base cards and more cards that are worth nothing. So it's a hard mix. I'm not saying there's an easy fix at all, and I'm not saying I have the easy fix for the answer, but it's a hard answer, right? That's like supply chain issues and negative public perception. It comes with that because of the sustainability and damage to long term. There's also some potential solutions that I was trying to think and write down. What could we do to make the flippers, and to how to, I guess, to explain the concept of flipping, and why are they doing that, and what could be done to like combat this issue. And manufacturers and retailers, they can combat flipping. I guess you can limit purchases. Like I know Target, I know I don't know if Walmart does it a lot, but I know Target does. It's like you can only buy 3 boxes of this, right? But what's to say you go out, you come back in again and go buy 3 more boxes? I'm like, who's really watching you here? Not, I mean, all the Targets that I have been, there's nobody watching anybody. So you can buy 30,000 boxes, go up there, buy it, and roll out, or buy 3 boxes, go back in, buy 3 more boxes, back in, 3 more boxes. What's to say that's going to stop anybody? You have to have regulation. You have to have somebody, watching that stuff, which costs more money. And then, so it's a whole can of worms that you're opening up, which might not be the greatest thing. There could be some like direct to consumer models that you can look at, right over my head, right? But you can kind of, go right directly to consumer instead of these retail places. It's a little bit harder, but that could be another thing that they can do. And one thing they can really do to help us out is encouraging a return to like hobby centric views and values. Like, how this is for the hobby. Like, this is a hobby that's for the kids. You know what I'm saying? Who wants a kid going out there and buying $80 for a blaster box? Who wants a kid going out there and buying $150 for a mega box? Who wants a kid going out there and buying $3,000 for a hobby box? You know what I'm saying? So, and Topps is right up to here, right? Because you go on Topps site, and I'm like, man, I can go get the Cosmic Chrome for Tyler for Christmas because he would love to get that, and we can give it to him as dad gift. And Cosmic Chrome, it's like $600, right? I'm like, who's going to go spend like $600 on that, right? I mean, I'm sure, yes, that's great, but like you can go get a Nintendo Switch and a PS5 for $600. I think the Switches were on sale for like $250 now, right? You can almost get 3 game systems for that, and which they're going to get a little more use out of, obviously, if they're playing games and playing with their friends and stuff like that. So I mean, it's we got to go back to hobby centric values to help combat this flipping, and to help like understand that. But that's a hard thing to do because in this world, people are all about the money, and not really the kids. So it's a shame. But my call to action for you is, what can we do, or what can we do, or what can collectors do to protect the hobby? What can we do? Like, we can support local card shops. We can avoid overpaying for these hyped cards. So, I mean, I know the Paul Skeens 101, when they get that, it's going to be $200,000 probably to sell, because the Ellie De La Cruz one was $116,000 or $119,000. So the Skeens auto is going to be at least a 101 auto is going to be at least $100,000 or $150,000 probably. So, who's going to buy it? Don't buy. I mean, it's hard to say. Don't buy it. It's a tough thing, but local card shops supporting them, that's a great thing to do. Sometimes they are a little bit more priced than the retail, but I mean, it's going to that person and their business, and you're fueling their business, which might help out a lot. Encouraging community-driven initiatives and education, like educating everybody on cards and educating on flippers and why they're doing this, and what could be that doing to what can it be doing to the hobby, and driving prices up, and what can Topps do to combat this. There's a lot of different things that are going on here that I want you guys to figure out and then comment, and we can talk back and forth on what you think could be done to the hobby to not encourage flipping and to try to get it back to that kid-friendly atmosphere that we used to have when I was a kid, at least, and prior to COVID. I think COVID really kind of put a wrench in everything. So it's been kind of crazy 4 years, but I mean, it's been crazier before that as well. But when I was a kid, it wasn't as crazy as it was today, with all these different cards and one-on-ones and autos and season tickets and all that stuff. So, but I encourage you to say some stuff in the comments again. And again, if you're still watching this video after 15 minutes, make sure you comment Insider as well, and we'll send you that email, that link. You can click on it, give us your email, and we'll send you out weekly updates on where things can be found, where things can, where the stocks are, and it's easier than going in this Facebook group, this website. So we'll have it all together for you guys, because I don't think anybody does that. That'll really help you guys out if you're looking for stuff, especially around the holidays, if you're not trying to find stuff and find it, easily. So we appreciate you guys watching. Again, if you're watching this video, give us a like, give us a subscribe, all that cool stuff. Comment, what do you guys think? What can be done about flipping? If you're a flipper, why are you flipping? Give us some conversation. It's a great piece, a great tool, and our comments are made for anybody to talk back and forth and discuss stuff. So we appreciate you guys watching. Talk to you guys later. Peace.